What is going on, party peeps? Yo, yo. So this has been quite the production just trying to get this to go live. So good rule of thumb, if anybody else ever wants to go live, make sure you unpackage what you're going to show before the live show. And also make sure that when you do that, that it's going to be easy to take it out of the package as well. So there would be some issues there. Anyway, welcome to the live show, guys. Man, there's so many people already in here. That's really exciting. I try to advertise or self promote myself just a little bit, and it's really cool to see that people really show up for that. So and are patient enough to hang out and deal with this ridiculousness. So I really appreciate that. I hope it's live. It says it's live. Yeah. Okay. So welcome everybody in the chat. Let's see who's all in here. I don't know how the YouTube chat. See, what's weird is when you use StreamYard, it there are some that will show up in StreamYard but don't show up in YouTube. So I don't know if StreamYard is flagging those or something. It's kind of strange. If you ever go back and watch people that have broadcast on StreamYard and see like maybe if they've highlighted a comment or something like that, it will not you'll never see that in the actual live chat when you go look at it. So let me double check here. There's that. Okay. And we're going to check and see, make sure, how am I sounding live? So you can't always check that. Come on. There we go. There we go. I got like so many things going on right now. It's crazy. Oh, that's good. Yeah. A little echoey, but I think a lot of that has to do with just the sensitivity on the camera itself and the microphone that comes with it. So I'm going to try not to talk too loud when I'm that close to it. So I really don't know how to fix that, guys. Actually, what's funny is the camera I got was from and you guys may know who they are, but it's the Daily Tech News Show. He actually uses this exact camera. I don't know if he uses it now, but it would actually be probably about 3 or 4 feet away, and then he would talk into it. So that may be part of that issue too. Anyway, so I definitely want to say hi to David Hill that's in the chat, Pack that's in there. Pack, if you guys have not gone to subscribe to Pack, he put up his first 3 live stream with M3 Reviews and Sardo Numspa 82. Really awesome, great group of guys. I wish I had been able to join, but I couldn't. But they did an amazing job. Talked about a lot of things. I think the name of the episode should be "Favorite Batman," right? And "Don't Drink and Drive." Favorite Batman and "Don't Drink and Drive." But Pack, they did an amazing live stream. I guess you guys are going to do it again this Thursday. So last Thursday was kind of the test. Had a great group of people in there, and so definitely go see him this Thursday. And then we got let's see here, we got Brick Roll, really awesome guy. You gotta go check out some of his virtual reality stuff that's on his channel. And I don't remember, David Hill, you've done a collection video, but I don't think you've done some more taste test stuff or set other brush on fire. I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely go check out everybody that's in the chat. Kato's collection is in here, so really awesome dude. Got something from him coming, and he just did some awesome reviews too. The Alicon and the Centurion drone, and Darth Ravage, welcome in, man. And Andrew Rain and Carl Slack, 2 new people I don't think I've seen in here before, so welcome to the chat here. And let's see, we got input. Oh, input's in here. Oh, we got Celebrity Man, got input toy reviews and stop motion. And Adamantium Matrix, welcome in, Adamantium Matrix. Man, 3 reviews. What the? I was just talking about you. That is so awesome. So you guys all taking some time out your day for it. Yeah. So Pax says 3 live stream is on Thursday at 9 Central Standard Time. Yeah. Oh, no problem, man. No problem. It's like shout out for sure. So let's get this. So I guess the sound's doing okay. I'm going to talk a little low as I get closer to this microphone. So we'll see how that works. I'm going to talk to you real soft like, because that's going to be the way to do it. ASMR, Transformer unboxing, right? No, I'm just kidding. So this is Cog. You're probably wondering why he's out here. So let's just start off by saying I also have Battlemaster Rung here. Battlemaster Rung, this is the Earthrise version. I haven't opened up any of my Siege versions because I opened up this one so I can get the map piece. Battlemaster Rung is probably right now I'm very disappointed in. Like I did an unboxing a while back where he kind of looked like a squid, and it kind of looks like these are like the little tentacles and stuff like that. So if you turn it around, it's really pretty hollow here, and which is expected. He's just a Battlemaster price point. But this piece right here, maybe not so much the rest of the stuff, but this piece right here is very Dollar General, dollar store toy-ish. I'm not entirely sure. The arms are not the same plastic quality. The legs may be the same color, but you can see the arms are different. Oops, cogs in the way. But you can see the arms are in a different color. So maybe you can see that coming off on the camera, maybe not. But yeah, why is it not focusing right? There we go. Come on. Focus. Focus, camera. But yeah, it's definitely kind of a disappointment. And then there's a little Rung's head. But the effects are definitely worth the price point. I ended up getting like a crap ton of a crap ton of rungs because I wanted these it looks like a taser, you know. I think he's supposed to be like some kind of ornament or something like that in the IDW comics, but he definitely looks like a taser in this way. But yeah, so I had him out. I just put him on top of Cog because something for him to shoot or fire because his 2 guns that came with him are being used by somebody else right now. But this I made this challenge on Tales from Teletraining. I said that I put down the Cog challenge, right? And input needs a break from animating. Oh, for sure, man. This is my break too. I'm working on something for Patriot Prime, so I was like, I got to take a break. But this is the Cog challenge I put is that when we saw him in the show in Siege, I was like, okay, great. We got this Cog, we got a red Cog, we got a brownish mustardy color communications officer Cog. I was just like, let's lay down the gauntlet. Let's do a Cog challenge. So I did it kind of on my own as my personal, as like on a whim. And I said, if I see a Cog in store, I'm going to buy a Cog. Now, I already had this one, and I took him out of the package, a while back. He's really cool. I wish I had taken him out sooner. But then I had bought a second one because we knew from the trailer we were getting a red Cog. So I already had those 2, right? And the one that I'm customizing, it's not in here. So I go to Burlington Coat Factory of all places, and for the mere price of a $12.99, it got me another Cog. Oh, but that's not all. I got me another Cog. Yeah. Okay, but wait, there's more. And I got myself a third Cog, which would technically really be a 5th Cog, right? Then, but wait, that's not all. Then I also got myself a 4th Cog who can't fit because I got stuff in the way on my desk. What the hell? So, if you're looking for Cogs, you're looking for custom figures. Hey, Larkin's Lair, welcome in, man. I'm about to talk about you here in just a second. Spoiler. But if you're looking for Cogs, if you're looking for Siege figures, they also had a couple of 6 guns there. I already have tons of 6 guns. I got them when they were $10 on Amazon, and just an awesome figure. I don't think I needed any more of them. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to sit there for a while. But the 6-gun's cool because you get a bunch of weapons and stuff you can put on the others. Oh, super thirsty. But yeah, if you're looking for cogs, Burlington Co Factory is a place to go. These were $12.99 where I got them from. I highly recommend them. So, oh, and here was my punchline. So now that I got the 4 cogs, right? So now I can make mustard cog, I can make ketchup cog, I can make mayo cog, and salsa cog because I have Wild Wheel. I can put the little hat on cog and give them, you know, I'll have like a little Mexican theme or something, like the Muchos from Beast Wars the Second, right? Those Insecticons, or did they call? No, they called them Insectrons, didn't they, instead of Insecticons? Although they were good guys technically, so they should have been called the Insectabots, but it's neither here nor there. But yeah, so I can make that 4-pack condiment cog pack. So highly recommend cog again. Really awesome. Originally, I got 2. Like I said, I got 1 to make the red cog, and then I got 1 for the regular cog. But there's also a way you can take 2 cogs themselves and create a Cybertronian trailer for Siege Optimus Prime, and it works pretty good because he's got the 5mm ports everywhere, and you can kind of connect them up to Prime. So that was also another good selling point too. But highly recommend cog. Really awesome figure. Mine's not really loose, so that comes out because I barely put it in. But it's not really loose or anything. Really good joints. I think it would be pretty cool that if you got multicolored cogs, like you can start calling them different names. Like, here's cog, another one is gasket, another one is grommet. Maybe one is cogwheel, maybe one is I don't know, whatever else, gear shift, whatever else you want to call them that's not quite used by other characters of that same design and name. But yeah, he's getting shot there. That's why that was on him. But yeah, it's definitely a good figure, worth it. Now, one thing I didn't want to say, hey Jay Hollow, welcome in. And Zeta Versus, welcome in as well. Yeah, Megacog, right? Spacey Sprocket is disappointed in you, Crimson. What? Make a giant cog. Oh yeah, I can totally make a giant cog. That's true. Hi, Haida Atarasi. It's got to be better than plastic box Hasbro gave us, right? So another thing I wanted to say is I want to say a really great shout out to some of the voice talent that was in my recent Transformers animation of Behind Cover, and that was to Amalthea, who played both Chromia and the Red Wing character. Chromia was kind of like, a lot of people know Chromia and stuff, so she was kind of leading that little expedition. And Red Wing was pretty much a very loyal, where I see Slipstream as being antagonistic to Starscream. Slipstream is pretty much the exact opposite of a character. Or Red Wing, I'm sorry, is an exact opposite of Slipstream, and where she has a very yes, Commander, Air Commander Starscream, as you command, very loyal, very much, and it has a lot to do with the fact that they both have red on their wings, right? Thundercracker and doesn't count. So, but they definitely really appreciate her helping out with voice acting. In addition to that was Taika Phoenix, who I have Greenlight not transformed, but she played Greenlight. What was funny about Greenlight is when I was in production of making that animation, somebody had said something about Greenlight in some Discord server, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I looked up on eBay, and apparently Greenlight is going for like $200+, which is insane. Greenlight is not worth it. 100% not worth it. Not for $200. Skywarp wasn't worth $150, but seriously, $200 for Greenlight. But yeah. So, and I was like, that's ridiculous. So then I just took Greenlight out of the package because I hadn't taken her out of the package yet. So I couldn't believe that people were paying $200 for her. Like, yes, she's lime flavored and probably very tasty, but not worth $200. So, but Taika did an amazing job on her. Her link is to her YouTube channel is in that video as well. So definitely go check her out. Also, a big shout out to Ninjago as well, who did the narration for the Victor Corelli type narration. If you need somebody to do, like a Victor Corelli like narration, Ninjago is the guy to hit up. He does have a YouTube, but he likes to advertise his Twitter instead and kind of drive traffic there because he's mostly on Twitter. So that's probably the best way to get a hold of him if you're wanting to. But yeah, really, really, really awesome narration and awesome voice work by Taka Phoenix as well. In addition to that, I had Kato's collection and Patriot Prime reviews voicing as the Wreckers, Whirl, and Roadbuster. And Kato's in here right now. And welcome in, guys. Welcome in. I'd say more people coming in here. But Kato's voiced Whirl did an amazing, hilarious job. It is so funny. My girl and I, she laughs about. We may like we'll be walking around or something, and like if I hit something or something trips or we got to jump off something or doing something silly, she's like, and I didn't even bend my tail rotor. So it's kind of like been like our own kind of little joke of just like, well, we did that and we didn't even mess anything up. Like it's hilarious. This Kato's delivery of Whirl is just spot on, man. I couldn't have picked anybody better to play him. And so yeah, Kato's in there like, yeah, Devil's Hands, you are. But Patriot Prime also Patriot Prime reviews as Roadbuster. I know he is a soldier in the army, and it's like it just kind of fit, kind of like I remember when he did his review for the G1 Roadbuster that he got from a viewer and a subscriber, and he got the G1 Roadbuster totally complete. Go watch that review. It's super awesome, really cool. All the little nuances and stuff in the weaponry and everything. I mean, 100% complete. And then he was given this away because he already had a Generations Roadbuster, so he also gave him a G1 and a G1 Generations Roadbuster. And I was way back then. I was thinking, man, I was just like, who would make a really good Roadbuster voice? Because we've never heard, Whirl or Roadbuster, right, in the cartoon or any kind of anything. And so I was just like, I think Roadbuster would make a great character for Patriot Prime to voice. So I kind of had that idea, kind of like the seeds of the future lie buried in the past kind of idea, right? Input's right there. He's listening, but he's rolling his head because I'm using a Beast Machines phrase right there. But yeah, and then Whirl, like now we've had his voice in Cyberverse, and I love his character in Cyberverse. You guys gotta watch Cyberverse. I think I got 2 more episodes left, and then I'm done with season 3. But Whirl is hilarious in that show, and he's very much like how the IDW character works. It's just that IDW character is super like you can't have that on television. I'll just say that much. But really, really awesome to have it. I like this opening cockpit. Is that not cool? We need to have more that do that, right? I don't even think any of the Voyager Seekers do that. I think just Skyfire or Jetfire has been the one to do that recently. Anyway, but yeah, they did a great job. In addition to, Mr. Bobby Skullface, who he may or may not be able to see this later, but he got to play Swerve, the Make Toys version, because I need a Cybertronian version, so the Make Toys version works out great. And the actual figure has a little skull face. And so what's funny about this is I remember seeing Bobby Skullface's review way back when, and he loved this character. He loved Swerve. Swerve was one of his favorite characters. As he's reviewing it, he puts the skull face on, swaps them out, and then realizes like how ironic that is that he's Bobby Skullface and there's a skull face on Swerve, and he likes the character. So, and that skull face is just from like one little scene in the comic, so it's not like it's stuck on him as a character thing, but it is associated with him, and so he genuinely found that out ironic as he was reviewing it. So it was really funny. But he did a really great job. Now I wanted him to be Swerve anyway because it's funny because he's always saying like here, let me grab the box. So um, they're actually called Trash Talk and Cogwheel, right? So you got Swerve is Trash Talk, and then Cogwheel is Gears. And here's a little skull face there. See if we can zoom in on that or something, or focus, something. It's good enough. But it's called Trash Talk, right? Is Swerve because he talks a lot in the comic and stuff. Well, what's funny about that is that he's always talking about, people are just, oh, your shelf is trash, or that toy or that figure or that show is trash and stuff, and it never really hit me till I was reviewing it or till I was animating with it, and I was like, dude, that's hilarious because he's always talking about trash. Now, it doesn't mean that he's trash talking other people; he's trash talking those figures and stuff. And so it's just kind of ironic. In addition to this also being a third party figure that was in the animation. So I was like, what better for him to play was a third party Swerve that happened to be named Trash Talk. Go figure. But that's how that ended up, and they all did a really great job. Um, you know, I think, look, I think I did a good Ironhide, and Red Alert, I think I did it pretty good. My Ultra Magnus was not spot on. I'm fully aware of that. In fact, I even delivered a line wrong. So it's my animation. Go figure. Because I was supposed to say, when Roadbuster says, don't be afraid to ask for help, soldier. And so Ultra Magnus was supposed to walk up and he was supposed to say, well, now I know who to call for help. And that's all I was supposed to say. Instead, I said something completely different because I was in a rush. So, word to the wise, record your lines way before record your lines that you're doing in your animation way before everybody else's. So, you make sure that that's solidified because I didn't have a script. And so, also have a script. That's helpful. In addition to that, so I was supposed to say that to Roadbuster was like, and now I know who to call for help. And then Swerve is supposed to deliver the line of knowing is half the battle, am I right? And so like that would have but that would have made more sense in that context. But instead, because of the whatever line I deliver, then when Bobby says, like, and knowing is half the battle, am I right? It looks like it almost comes out of nowhere. It's hilarious. It's delivered fantastically, but it and it's still funny, but it's just like, because it was supposed to be funny, but it was like it would have been funnier if it had been in the context, because if I had done my own line right. So go figure. But hey, Cotton the Top Out Productions, it's going down, man. But yeah, so this is totally something to do to make sure you have a script for your animations. Make sure that you uh, deliver your own lines right for your own animation. Highly recommended. So a couple things here. Now these actually came from this actually comes from Larkin's Lair. This is from his Etsy store, which I have a link in the description below. And these, I got two of these, was Chromia, and I think Alita ends up using it too, but Chromia's rifle from the Siege cartoon series. And so now what's funny about this is that if you'll notice, let me try to put this in here. Oh, and here's the thing too about this. It does have a very kind of skinny barrel here. I would recommend, if you're going to put a blast effect on it, don't grab from here. Grab from up here where it's flat. See where it's flat? So grab from up here and then put your blast effect on. I am concerned, and this has nothing to do with print quality of Larkin's Lair. This has everything to do with the design of the rifle itself from Fun Bee Studios. So this is you want to make sure that you're putting your support at the tip of the barrel and then putting that on there. Don't grab it from down here because you'll end up bending that. So I would be very, very careful with that when you get these. But the rifle, you'll notice, I'm sure that's coming across really well, right? That is Ultra Magnus's gun shrunk down with an extra long barrel and then a little muzzle flash. So it's kind of funny that they make this sword, they make this for Jetfire, and they make this rifle for Siege or Elita 1, and they don't include these weapons in them. So I get it, they're making new weapons for the show, but why not include these weapons or have them use their weapons? Did they not like their weapons that the toys came from? Because the toys were finalized, from what I understand, from the production. They had a whole bunch of them. So I'm not really quite sure. Like the stuff that was coming with the toys. Let me say that clearly. They may have been in production while they were, the toys were out in the stores, but they knew what was going to be 100% in it while they're making the models, transferring the CAD files from the engineers to something to use for the animators, and then the toys hit the store in the meantime of them doing all of this. So that's definitely really weird that they integrate. I mean, I'm all for Easter egg stuff, and I love the opportunity to have this, but it is strange that Hasbro didn't want to capitalize on it and make it themselves. So very strange. So I got two of those rifles. Highly recommend them. Both of them are fantastic. Didn't require much cleanup at all, and just overall, I got some really awesome photos. I haven't put them up on Instagram yet, but I will here soon. But highly recommend them. Again, it's 5mm port compatible, so anybody that has that as a handhold can do so. Now the other one I have, and I actually haven't shown that I've had this figure, but I have Rotor Storm, and these are his little European release only missile launchers, but they don't really launch anything, right? But they're done in this amazing, and I'm not sure how that's. I think you can kind of see just how shiny that is on that plastic that's on there. Yeah, that's super shiny and shimmery. Chromia is so sad now. um, but yeah, uh, totally awesome. I love this. The plastics you keep picking, Larkin, are really, really good picks for these. And I love how, like, the shininess of the shimmeriness of that plastic is really good because it matches kind of Rotor Storm's already bright color scheme. And these also are blast compatible, much more because of the bluntness of their weaponry. They're much sturdier than the barrel on Chromia. So just always be careful with that. Anything you get 3D printed that has something that's smaller than a 5mm port, like, and is that long, like even if you got something like, say, like for example, like a null ray, like these are non-F null rays that I have on Red Wing. Even if you get something like that, always be mindful of thin little parts that taper off like that. Now, his aren't 3D printed. His are from a mold. So just make that clear. But you still want to be careful with that. Anything that we ever deal with. I mean, you wouldn't take this rotor blade and just try to move it, right? Or this over here and try to bend it, right? You wouldn't do that. So just always be mindful of stuff like that. But yeah, Rotor Storm looks a ton bitter. A ton bitter. Yeah, he's bitter. He's bitter because he doesn't have gold plastic. No, I'm just kidding. But no, he looks a ton better with these little things in here. Now I put little Spinisters weapons and stuff up on the shoulders, so you can put them up here too, or have them upward, or just have them hold on like a wrist, kind of a wrist launcher kind of deal. You do something like that. Whatever you want to do, right? But that's kind of how I like having these little shoulder things right now, mainly because I don't want to lose all the pieces, right? So I got to find some place to attach it. But I think you can also attach them down here too. So try not to do a review because I'm trying to get to what I love all this stuff I'm showing, but I'm really excited for what I got to show you guys that I haven't really told anybody. But yeah, so this makes Rotor Storm like complete. I mean, it makes him feel complete again. It's, if anybody gets this Sweeney Todd, Sweeney Todd reference, it's like Rotor Storm. Oh, hold on. It's like Rotor Storm is like, my arm is complete again. So I forgot the dramatic music isn't playing, so it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, Rotor Storm, totally worth it to get these from Larkin's Lair. Again, a link to his Etsy store is down in the description below. Super, super awesome to have those. And let me get Rotorstorm in a place where he's not sitting on his rotor blades, like I just talked about. Now, let me see. There was something else that came in, and it was the Centurion drone. And this thing has really surprised me. First off, I'm definitely getting a 3D print of his little shoulder cannon that he has in the IDW comics. Definitely would make the Centurion drone. I mean, yes, there's this on here, but you can't really attach it anywhere. I mean, either way just comes back here, but you can't attach it like how it was in the comic. And it's a totally different gun that sits up here too. Otherwise, it's 100% faithful to the IDW comics. But this is super cool to have this. I am shocked. Larkin Slayer did a really good review of this, and Kato did as well. And I'm really shocked at just like how, and Inutabi did too. Just how much quality is in this, because Brunt, he kind of sat on the shelf for a little while, and I'm a little surprised at just like how well quality the second repaint of him was. So hopefully we get a third one and we get Slammer or something like that, or maybe a 6-gun Brunt combination that makes Slammer for Metroplex. That would be really, really cool. But yeah, I totally recommend that. You also get all these crazy parts. Hey, Bumblebreeze, welcome in, man. Let me try not to make too much of a noise, but probably. So it also comes with a crap ton of parts, and I love this little box they get. So there's kind of like this reoccurring hilariousness with Baby Yoda, and he loves chicken nuggies, little chicken nuggets from McDonald's, and this like looks like a chicken nugget box for the Transformers. So this is really hilarious that this came. This little box is probably going to be like pretty desirable to keep, or people are going to want more of it. Like, hey, give us one of these, but with blast effects in it. So he does come with a little roller. What's hilarious is that this roller is super tiny, way tiny. Like, we're talking like tinier than the Make Toys Swerve, like way tiny. So he fits really well. Oops, that's not roller, that's Swerve. But yeah, he fits really well in the trailer. But he's blue because that's how the toy was, but it was in gray plastic. So if they had kept it gray and unpainted, then this would have been accurate to the cartoon. So I'm like, what the hell? So it's just like, you painted the blue on here. I'm sure people would have complained either way, but I have another set of the Centurion drone, so I'm definitely stripping this blue paint off and making the chrome or the gray version of it. But I don't know, I may not do that, because I have the non-F roller, and I also have who's also blue, and I have the TF Matrix TFSafari.com's has a Matrix Workshop version of roller, the ZXB, not Matrix Workshop, I'm sorry, ZXB is the company, and that has a roller in it, and that one's silverish painted and gray plastic, and so that is probably going to be my roller. But this one's cool too. I love how he's got like the little effects, little pegs here for the blast effects, so you can really get like a super fast roller if you wanted to. He's just gonna jet off. But yeah. Oh, Prime's gun. Oh yeah. So Prime's gun. This thing right here. Oh my god. This is so tiny. This needs to be bigger. I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look, it's barely as tall as Centurion drone. I want a Prime gun that's about 6 feet long for my Generations figures. I mean, no, seriously, like this Prime gun is ridiculous. Like this is absolutely ridiculous. But it fits on him, so he's able to use it. Let me see if I can grab. Let me go grab the other guns I have for Prime. But yeah, that Prime gun is ridiculous. Let's see. I think I also have. Yeah, I got his Siege one as well, so I'll grab that too. So I don't know why. I don't know if people they were listening to a bunch of people wanted to. I don't know. They wanted a big Optimus Prime gun or something. I think they got kind of mixed signals. So I think people saw this gun and they were like from Siege and they're like, okay, we want this one. Whoops, sorry. We want this one filled out a little bit more. So okay, we don't want it hollow, right? Fantastic. This gun is not hollow. They did a great job. They delivered on that. Um, even like the barrel right there is, that's really good for like a blast effects situation. So yeah, totally 100% not hollow. Um, but okay, so but seriously, like what why why is it so big? I mean, that's what she said, but and that's a good thing she said that, right? But it's also like I don't know what Prime's compensating here for, because even his Earthrise gun, now that one 100%, this one was too small. This was kind of like Orion Pax's gun, right? Um, but so I don't know if they, but the Siege one was fine. The Siege one was a good size. Now this one I have my Earthrise Prime is from the MMC Cylindris, which is Roller from the IDW comics. So if we were just to swap out and compare these two, like even this one's longer than that one, and I mean that's crazy. Like Prime had a big gun, no lie. I mean he had a really big gun, but he did not have that big of a gun. It looks cool, but it's almost either masterpiece scale or the Power of the Prime's Optimus Prime sized gun. So, and that one separates into two pieces. So they could have almost done something like that with this. Is they could have had like a flip down piece or something, and I don't know, and then made it split just for fun. But I don't know who's going to use this on their Earthrise Prime. That's quite ridiculous. I mean, we know Rung is a really long gun, right? So, or with his little taser bits, so it's even longer than Rung, like with the taser bits on. So it's like, well, maybe almost the same size, but but where the handle's at, like that's crazy. Yeah, you can take the front end of the Power of the Primes and tack it on the back of the big one. Oh, I bet you. I bet you can. So I don't know. I don't know about this gun. It's a nice little novelty, but I don't really think we all. I don't know. I don't think Prime needed that big of a gun. But I do like how the magazine is nice and thick right here, though. Like it's almost like it's thick enough, like you could just take it out and go. Like that would just be great. Not a shotgun sound, but whatnot. All right, so then we got a couple other things. We got Ironhide's little drill that he uses in that one episode that's animated horribly. You got little Bumblebee's gun, which technically, now this is something I haven't seen in people's reviews. This is Bumblebee's gun, but this gun actually is modeled off of Transformers the movie, Ironhide and Ratchet, where they're holding those and they're dual firing on the attack on the shuttle. So this is actually where that gun designed from. There's very few instances where Bumblebee uses it when he does have a gun, but this is actually the design of it is modeled more after the Transformers the movie version of Ironhide and Ratchet's guns they fire out before they bite the bullet. So it's interesting that nobody's mentioned that, or because that's kind of why they included it, because a lot of these guns in here were very iconic for specific scenes, and Bumblebee doesn't really have a specific iconic scene for this gun, but for Ratchet and Ironhide there is. And this one on here, this drill, that's from the I think it's More Than Meets the Eye Part 3. That he starts to uses it and starts drilling, and then we never see it again. Interesting though, they include this, but they didn't give like a swappable hand for Ironhide's liquid nitrogen nozzle. So that actually would have been kind of funny too. Yeah, generic Autobot gun. Yeah, you could use that too, because the other one here is Cliffjumper's glass gas gun. So when this fires out, this basically it's like permeated glass that attaches, or permeated gas that attaches itself and reacts with Cybertronian metals and basically turns it into glass so it could be easily shattered. Whether he shatters it with another blast, or you're just moving it around, like say it hits a seeker wing, then it just shatters apart. So that's what this gun is supposed to be. Very, very interesting detail on it. Not even seen anybody attempt to try to make these two particular guns. I mean, I guess they tried to make the Bumblebee gun, but not really seen it done as successfully as it's been done here, which is kind of weird. That, I mean, it makes sense Hasbro does it, but it's kind of weird that as fans it hasn't really been done as accurately. And then you got Trailbreaker's little radar dish, which is funny that they give you this to you before Trailbreaker is out. But that's good, because then he'll be complete when we get him for a review, right? And then you get a little Shockwave gun. Now, this is kind of where I think they should have saved the paint budget from Roller and had put the paint purple on this little Shockwave gun. Because it's just kind of... Let's see. Can we get this back in focus? What's going on here? But yeah, so I think they could have saved that paint budget for that for sure. So then we got the little mace here for Megatron, and we're gonna do something like Heresy here and put it on Optimus Prime. And we're gonna be careful. We're gonna be real careful. And so that mace is really cool. Some people have already broken this because they thought this twisted. This does not twist. This is all one-piece mold. And don't move this. Don't touch it from here. Always grab from the base. If you're moving it from anywhere else, then you're just going to cause breakage and stress on the plastic, because it's clear it's going to have that happen. But it's just a display piece. It's not really like a playable kind of situation where you can swing it around, or it has that. There are third parties that do have a little more playable action in it. I recommend those if you're wanting to do that. This is pretty cool. It's just kind of a one shot deal. But the mace on it, or the Morning Star, I'm sorry, it's not a mace, is actually like a post with one of these on it, right? So a Morning Star has the chain, and then you have one of these on it. But this reminds me, if you're old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy collector or fan, this reminds me of the little yellow part, the little yellow spiked ball or whatnot that comes with the sewer playset. It's just on a much smaller scale than that was. So it's kind of funny. The Decepticon symbol on here is super cool. But that's not all. But wait, that's not all. Then you get the axe for Optimus Prime. And try to put this in carefully because I don't want to scratch off paint from him. Now, you'll notice that it is done kind of in this weird look. And then if you just turn it, if you're able to turn his wrist, then you can get it the right way. But the interior looks like this, and that's fine, because if you're going to display this, you're displaying Optimus Prime like this. If they had done it the other way, you would have seen, probably, I haven't pushed it in all the way, but you would have seen kind of like his hand in there. This is a little easier to see. So yeah, I mean, this works out better here, because we're not going to display him like that, maybe, because in the scene, in More Than Meets the Eye, he's positioned like this, and Megatron's on the other side, and they're going back and forth, and then eventually there's a scene where, like, Prime looks back at Spike, and then Megatron hits him with the mace. So that's, and he knocks him down off the dam. So I know there's been some complaints about that. I mean, there really is kind of like, this is a good way to securely have this in Prime's hand. Could they have done a way where you fold in the wrist and then it slide in there just like that ZXB? Yeah, totally. But they didn't. They wanted to make something that was more secure. Plus, it also gives the ability that other figures could use that. So it adds to that playability to it as well. So, and I got a little bit of a kind of a paint splotch thing there because it's been scratching up against other stuff. So that's not a mosquito in there where we can use it to get Jurassic Park DNA from. You also get Optimus Prime's little handle with the barrel but get no stock on it. So, and that's fine. But I think there could have been a bottom piece that could have had the stock stick out underneath. They could have figured out some way like that, like they did with the 5 millimeter port Megatron that comes with the Takara collection Starscream. They could have definitely done something like that. They didn't, and that's fine. But think of this: Megatron recognized as a gun in the year 2020. Think about that for just a second. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that yes, they know Megatron was a gun in the show. Yes, DVD releases happen. Yes, the movie releases happen. But this, but see, Hasbro has changed their thing where they say they don't manufacture guns. They manufacture Nerf blasters, but they don't call them guns. And this is acknowledgement. Yes, we know Megatron was a P-38 Walther. This doesn't look like a P-38 Walther. It looks more like a 6-hour or even a Beretta, but 9 millimeter. But this is acknowledgement of including a toy gun and a figure in 2020 meant for adults that they can get on HasbroPulse.com. Think about that for a second. That's a huge deal for Hasbro to have included something like that. So I'm grateful for what they have included. But then you also get this tiny little, and you're not going to be able to see this on this camera. I would have to zoom in. But you get this tiny, tiny little Optimus Prime. Oh my god. Oh, it focused for just a second. What the hell? No, it was focusing so well. Oh no, no. Yeah, let's see. Oh man, why want to focus? I'm trying to get it to you. I'm sorry, guys. It wants to focus on that back wall for some reason. But yeah, you can get Optimus Prime holding himself. Yeah, the input says it's a submarine. It's not a gun. Oh, brother. So yeah, Haida Atarasi, thank you for coming in, man. Yeah, that is crazy. So this is actually going to end up being for the little Unicron and Galvatron, or little Unicron, the big Unicron and the Galvatron and Rodimus Prime or Hot Rod that we get with our HasLab Unicron. So super crazy. I don't know why this one could have been painted. I'll probably paint it up, but my goodness. You also get a little reflector. That's kind of cool. Again, should have been painted, but honestly, he's really more gray than he is purple. So that's kind of neat. Probably add a little yellow flash on there for reflector. So you also get a little background, a little backpack for Prime. And this one, like people have said, okay, well, this should have been painted red and all that. I was like, yeah, I can agree with you. But honestly, the backpack is not something that's going to be on Prime 100%. Oh, also, he also gets his little boosters. Oh, they'll fit in there. Yeah, there we go. So he gets his little boosters to rock it off, and he's like, "Oh, maybe that's where they pulled the scene from, right? So maybe that's where maybe in that scene we'll have to go back and watch it again, right? Like we do on Tales from Teletran. We'll go back and we'll watch it. It's like, is Prime's gun really this big when he's flying up there to the ship that the Decepticons made? And is that how big Prime's gun is? Maybe that's where they're getting the influence from. They took that shot and like, oh yeah, while researching the backpack, we saw this gun was massive, so we went ahead and used that. So he just like he's gonna say to you, he'll be like, "I'll be back, Jazz." It's like, this is crazy, Prime. I'll be back, Jazz. Oh crap! I'm having way too much fun. Is there anybody left? Have I bored you guys all enough? Oh man. You also get a little tiny little sound wave, who I will say this is probably, they use the same roller blue on him, right? And then made the little tape deck was black, which is kind of a strange, because I would have done the tape deck as blue, or left it unpainted so I could do it blue, right? But at least they painted him this way. Now I have the back part is like totally empty, right? You can put little Prime in there. It'll fit right in the back of Soundwave. Ooh, almost fits. But yeah, so uh, I have the Teletrans set from. Oh my goodness, somebody help me out with it. Kato's like, I left. This is just a Kato bot. But yeah, so this is man, I'm trying to remember what that set was, but iGear, that's who did it. iGear did a Teletran one set, and so that's supposed to come with the sound wave. Well, the one I got didn't have a sound wave, so that'll be perfect for it. Then you get these little Energon cubes. They're all right. KFC's Energon cubes are far superior to these, way superior. And I mean, I don't know. These are pretty. It's something, right? You know, like in this case, because of this hollow part, you could just put it like here or something. I'm not understanding why they put these little thing fits into these little ports. You know, unless you want to do something like that. So I'm not understanding where these are supposed to go, unless it's supposed to fit. Well, you know what? I bet you I just figured it out. Yeah, it's supposed to fit on these little blast effect ports. That are all over the Siege figures, which doesn't make any sense because I don't think there's anybody. Yeah, Optimus Prime is super swole now, but I'm not seeing what would be the reason for that. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Katobot destroyed, Katobot transformed. Oh man, hey input. I was like, yeah, input. Take it easy, man. Um, but yeah, so totally crazy. They include all of that. Let's see. Oh, and then they get the little Ravage cage. Yeah, it's all right. I agree with Larkin in his review. They should have had a little door. That wouldn't have been difficult. I'm also not sure why they had. Now I have to go back and look at the episode because I swear this wasn't like it was bars all the way around, right? So because Ravage was like in here and or no, hold on. Yeah, Ravage was in here and he was getting the key I thought from over here and then unlocked from right there. So I don't know. It was kind of strange, but very weird design. I get it from a perspective of trying to get it out of a mold, right? But I don't know. I feel like they could have done better. And I'm also, you know, again, it's clear plastic with some smoky injection, but I don't know. It was strange. All right, so spent way too much time on those. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get myself something to drink. All right. So that was a lot of cool stuff. You know, I do recommend the Centurion drone if you're able to find them. You know, I was able to get mine. You know, all of my Centurion drones I was able to get for the $20. I know people were saying, "Oh, it was a mistake." Hasbro Pulse does. It was really more kind of like an early bird special. Then they changed it to the $30 because they only had the $20 for like a few hours, and they kind of do that on some of their stuff when they release something new. They'll do like a little early bird special. They've done it before, so it wasn't without precedent. But I don't need to have this guy up here anymore. But so that's what I would say was you know, it's not something that they always do. You know, let's see, it's weird. It got dark really weird. That's strange. I also got some new lights. So I don't know if you guys can tell if like say just look at my hand. There's that ring light off, ring light on, and that's what I got from Patriot Prime Reviews. If you watched one of his latest things he did, he mentioned about the ring light, and it's really cool on one of his little live streams. Highly recommend it. A couple other things I got were the Velociraptor Delta from the Amber collection. And you can see that ring light really well in the reflection. So if you're going to do an unboxing or show the box that has a reflectiveness, probably not a good idea to have the ring light there, as it can be distracting, as you guys know. You can also see those new lights over here, new light over there, instead of like the 6 different ones that I have. But yeah, Velociraptors are cool. So all we're waiting on is Echo. And what's funny is that so Delta Echo, Blue didn't come with this little control thing. So at some point, we're going to have to get an extra Raptor that has another one of these so that all 4 of them can have the control video record pod. The what do you call it? The GoPro, Raptor GoPro on their head. So really strange that Blue didn't come with one, but you know, what can you do, right? And Owen should have come with an extra one. That's what they should have probably done, actually. So that way you had to get an Owen figure. A couple of cool things I got, just super random before we get to the big thing. And I know I'm kind of going all out of order here, but I also got the Sinoceratops from Jurassic World, which is part of the Camp Cretaceous. You can see it on Netflix right now. 8 episodes. Definitely go watch it. Totally worth it. So yeah, it's definitely cool. Yeah, totally recommend it. And what is it? What's going on in the chat here? It's like I'm seeing something, but there's like Larkin's Lair. Larkin's Lair. Scan the cage, redesign a door, then sell it in your store. So yeah, you can't. Yeah, it depends on your design of it, stuff like that. You can do an add-on to something that's official, so they have to buy the official to do it. I think with the cage, it's just easier just getting the MMC cage, and that would be a better deal for Ravage. But he does have like his little head goes up and stuff like that. And if you pull out the little tab, so this Sinoceratops is really cool. We actually had a figure called the Sinoceratops, and it was not. It was actually a Pachyrhinosaurus, but they had gotten confused or something, and this is actually a Pachyrhinosaurus. But the green one is actually a Pachyrhinosaurus, but it was called Sinoceratops. So we've actually not gotten this and a Pachyrhinoceratops packaging, but both were named Sinoceratops, so this is actually the correct form of them. But this was also in my stop motion animation, you know, the video right before this one that had the Hunter's Choice. Highly recommend it. So I do love my dinosaurs, right? Man, that Sinoceratops is loud. So I got that. Also, kind of a blast to the past here. So you all know I love Dino Riders. You can hear some of that theme that's in the Hunter's Choice and that dinosaur stop motion animation. And I love Dino Riders a lot. And what's cool about some of these Jurassic World figures, which were probably going to originally be Dino Riders, and that may be my first actual audio take of telling you that information, but they were, you know, Tycho was bought out by Mattel, and Mattel was going to they were going to bring back Dino Riders. They were trying with their Imaginext line, but they had gotten the copyright, and they had bought the trademark and stuff for it. Then Jurassic World hit, and they switched gears. Almost all of the engineering of that very first part of World, even the Raptors, right? They had that trademark, had it available, paid for it, and then Jurassic World came out. They got the license away from Hasbro because Hasbro screwed up by making Raptors without toe claws, and their toys fell over all the time, and they're just not good quality. And so Mattel got that license from them. And so Mattel, so again, they got the Dino Rider license before Jurassic World was even announced, like production and everything. And they actually, the issue was that it was considered too much of a risk because Jurassic World would be competing with Dino Riders in a live action film. So they kept pushing it off, and there were news presses and stuff about Dino Riders at live action film, but it never came to be. So Then they were like, okay, Jurassic World happened. Hasbro screwed up the license. Maybe they're not going to make another Jurassic World movie. So then they picked it back up, started doing some development. And then Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom comes around and they're like, okay, well, now the license is up because Hasbro screwed it up. Mattel goes and grabs it. They had already saved a ton of money by already making these with the budget that they had for Dino Riders. And so what's cool about these little capture trap things is that these old ones work for the new figures as well. So it's kind of strange how they kind of work that all out. Now I don't have a rubber band in here, so that's why it's kind of going back and forth. But basically, the Dino Riders stuff, they wouldn't reuse these molds. They would remake new ones, I'm sure, because there's a lot of problems with like pegs and stuff. Like if you just look at like some of this old stuff from the 1988, like this is crazy. Like this is almost like somebody 3D printed this, right? Like that's kind of what we're thinking, because they were doing this to save plastic, all kinds of things, like super crazy, right? Anyway, long story short, these things still work with the Dino Riders, and I'm super glad to have these. This one, on the other hand, is, let's say you're flying around and you're going, like you're just having a day, you're going, and you flip this little switch. Oh, you just captured yourself a Tapajara or a Pteranodon or a Pterodactylus. Not a pterodactyl, but a Pterodactylus. Because pterodactyl doesn't exist, people. Or a Ludodactylus. You could do that one. So it's kind of cool how these things all kind of work together, and it's kind of a little ingenious little trap here with getting them. And you have to have this little post over it, right? And then, oops, I just screwed it up. There we go. So you fold it back down, put this over it, and then you got like, well, let's see. No, it's making me. It's not working. I screwed up something. Of course. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I got to pull that one a little bit more. So, but yeah, I love these little trap things. These are so cool. I love that I was able to get it back to working too. It's really intricate. You had to put like the rubber band in just the right place. Like it seemed like it was a lot of work, but it was totally worth it. Now, I know we're running kind of. Oh crap! We already hit that mark. But also got that Earthrise Megatron, and I want to tell you people, don't get this figure. I know you want the matte piece. I know you like the box art, but that face, man, it's awful. Really, really awful. You don't want that. You don't want that face, right? I mean, Siege Megatron, just in comparison, Siege Megatron is so much better. So much better. Better. He's got those full lips, right? We love those lips on a Megatron. But the chests are different, yes. I don't even know if it's really worth it to have the G1 chest. It does look kind of exaggerates this diaper feel, just like the MP did. So I don't recommend it. Don't pay crazy prices for it. Get it when it's like $20 or something. Get it on a sale. I'm just saying that right out there. Adamantry's like, you broke it. But I also got, you'll probably never see this, I also got Studio Series Cliff Jumper. Now, what's funny about Cliff Jumper is that I was going to take a circular saw and I was going to cut them in half because I was going to get 2 of them, and then somebody beat me to it, and I was like, well, crap. So I'll just keep the one, and then because I also wanted to paint up the. I was just kidding about the circular saw, people, but I was wanting to get a second one to paint it yellow, and then add the Jeep Bumblebee's head on top of it, and then I don't know what I would do with the Jeep Bumblebee, but I mean, make a Jeep Cliff Jumper. I don't know, but yeah. So this little guy is so, man, he is so small in comparison with like Voyagers. It's like crazy. Like they did a really good job in making this kind of a short stature. So he'll look good next to Shatter and Dropkick if you got them, and or if you just got a Whirl, that could look like a drop kick, right? No, just kidding. But yeah, definitely recommend him. Real quick off the before we get to the oh crap, there's two things I got to do. I also got the Cybertronian volume number 6, and this is all off place. And totally recommend this. This is basically all of G2 and right up to the very end until you get to Beast Wars. And so you got your laser rods, you got your Dreadwing, you got your GoBots that were the little what would end up becoming, what were they, Spy Changers, and your laser rod cycles, Dirtbag and Roadblock. Really cool stuff. And then you got some of these little kind of a Generation 2 Season 3 things, and it goes through the comics and stuff. The comics are really weird in here, and then they go through some of the G.I. Joe little adaptations that were part of Generation 2. And these web pages are probably way out of date now. But maybe you can find them on archive.org. But yeah, so this is right before Beast Wars happens. And I highly recommend to get this book. Go get this book right now. Because if you don't, it's going to go for crazy prices with the Resurgent in Generation 2. So it definitely recommend it. I was able to get it at a really good price. I've been looking at it for years, waiting for it to come down in price, and it just wasn't coming down in price. Eventually it did, and I just immediately snatched it up. Other things I got here now, real quick, before we get to the main event, is I got Raiden from Mortal Kombat. He is 3 3/4 inch sized. I got Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Now, these are actually made by, I think they're Jax Pacific. I think is who ended up making these way back when. Might be wrong about that. Jazzwares. I'm sorry, Jazzwares. Yeah. And then I got Sub-Zero as well. Now, these three, I've wanted these little 3 3/4 inch figures because I love kind of that scale with G.I. Joe, and now the Jurassic World figures are in 3 3/4 inch. So it kind of works with if you got like a raptor or something to them or something, like it just, kind of works. Hey, it's my little mascot. Woo. But it just kind of works in the whole situation. And he's my mascot because he's got slashes on his eyes. See, little red marks. Crimson Raptor. Get it. But his mouth's not done yet. So, but yeah, super crazy to get these. You'll see some of them, like this is upside down, even though it's supposedly mint in box, but it wasn't. This one was probably the most messed up. 2 of these came from Amazon, which was this one and this one. And then this one I got was just brand new off of a seller on eBay. Fantastic. He's kept it in this condition for so long. I mean, these came out like, I don't even know even what year these came out, but it was a long time ago. But you can get Luke Cage, and I never saw the Sonya. I don't think I ever saw a Sonya. Yeah, so, but these were the 3 that I really wanted: Sub-Zero, Raiden, and Scorpion. They're my favorite of the Mortal Kombat characters. Flawless Victory, really cool. They had a couple different versions of them. Some of them came with effects, some of them didn't. So it just depends on kind of what you're looking for, but it's cool to have them. Now, one thing is that we showed you the Megatrons, but thanks to Larkin's Lair, and he's still in here, that's awesome, you can actually have a link to this in the description, and I was able to get this at Toy Dojo, and that is a Transformers Generation Selects Super Megatron. Now, I have this pre-ordered on Hasbro Pulse. They have not shipped those yet, and I wanted to make sure that I went ahead and had one because I love this guy. He's so cool. And, it's just, this is a figure that is a once-in-a-lifetime situation. Just like that Unicron, the HasLab Unicron. Yes, we've gotten Unicrons before, but who would have ever thought we'd get a Super Megatron? The raise of hands when I said that were 0. We would have never guessed it. Comes in this this beautiful, one of those little Generation Selects boxes. Super, super cool. I'm so shocked at like being able to get this figure. It's almost like we're living. I mean, really, with a lot of stuff going on, and it's kind of hard to get. Sorry, I keep hitting that camera. So this I can come down here. That's not a problem. But I can't figure out this middle part. How'd you get in there, Larkin? Did you just cut it from down here? There's like no real way to get in there, and I don't want to scratch up the figure. You know what I mean? Like, can I lift the wings out of the way or something? Like, I don't know how you did it. It's really in there. But yeah, this is a once in a lifetime figure. This is okay. So let me explain a little bit of the history here with this figure while I got you. Dang it, I can't even get this out. What the hell? There we go. But yeah, so when I first saw the artwork for Super Megatron, oh, probably gonna get loud. I'm sorry. Holy crap! Whew. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, when I first saw the imagery for Super Megatron, so full disclosure, I've never liked Galvatron, ever. Never liked Galvatron. Because my main reason with that is that Megatron would never, no matter how much power he was given, would never allow himself to be renamed by anybody. And so it just kind of flew in the face of, like, I know it was to sell toys and all that jazz, but it just kind of flew in the face of the character of Megatron himself. And it's just, I don't know, it's just so incredible to get this figure. It's very much a dream come true. And in the case of, like, when Megatron reformatted, when I saw this picture again, like when Megatron reformatted, or Unicron reformatted Megatron, I was just like, why didn't he make him into Super Megatron? Like, instead of saying, behold, Galvatron, he's like, behold, your new body, and these shall be your minions. And then, like, you got, like, Scourge and, Cyclone and stuff like that, and that's fine. But this, in this case on here, was like, Megatron wouldn't allow himself to be renamed. So why would he go for that? And then with this being Super Megatron, this would be my alternate reality, right? My alternate reality Megatron. Look at the paint on that. Look how shiny that is right there. Well, Star Convoy is now complete. Here's your problem, though. Sorry, I'm eating ice. Here's a problem with Star Convoy, though. His robot mode looks great, but his vehicle mode is not accurate to the Star Convoy on it. I mean, there's too much to have to be done to the trailer. In this case on here, the bottom half of Titan's Return Galvatron is 100% like just recolored, and that's okay. And people were like, "Oh, why are they using Titan's Return Galvatron and blah 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 blah?" It's like, well, I would much rather them have something like that so we can get so many more new parts than have not gotten him at all. I mean, look at that. The tank treads in here fill out the hollow parts right there in the legs. Perfect. He's got ankle tilt. Or ankle pivot, right? I mean, I'm cool with that. Like, he's got, a really, really good, I mean, you're going to open that up, but he's got a really good knee bend. Totally worth it. 100% worth it. Thigh swivel. Like, okay, great. Everything below the waist, as long as everything up here is 100% new. Oops, crap. I'm just going to snap stuff off, aren't I? But yeah, everything down there is 100% new and 100% worth it. Like, it's just like, this little hip flap came off. Yeah, how do you move that? See, I should probably look at instructions first, right? Let's see. Oh, I just needed to fold the wings. Ha ha ha. But yeah, I mean, it just have this figure Never in a million years. I mean, Jetfire was a huge, huge surprise. Yeah, see, Larkin says, I'd rather get this retool than nothing at all, especially since he's such an obscure character. Oh, 100% obscure. You know? Would I like some wrist swivel? It looks like there's no wrist swivel. Yes, I would. So that's going to have to be something I'm going to definitely have to 3D print and fix. But he's got ratcheted wrists. For what reason? I don't know. This hollow bit here, yeah, you can totally figure out a way to connect into here, add some detail, and then have like a flap that folds out, and then his wrist go in, folds out. I don't know. It's just, and in this case on here, it's kind of weird that it is ratcheted. Is that not weird? I don't even think it's not even pinned in. So that might be kind of difficult to replace, actually. But anyway, I would have liked a wrist swivel. But anyway, I don't know why they keep giving Megatron hollow forearms. But yeah, totally. How do you get this cannon off? Does it come up? What? How does this work? Oh no. Okay, I see. Haha, pegged on. I'm an idiot. Dang it! I keep hitting that hip flap every time I grab them. There we go. Yeah, he's got that little. He's got those Gundam-like hip flaps, which is hilarious. That it's very Gundam-esque. But that's kind of where, that really is where Transformers was heading. Oh my God! Look at that face. Holy crap! That is gorgeous. Man, I'm sorry. I might be a little quiet because I'm just like, this is my first impression, so you're all kind of getting to see this. Man, real ratcheted shoulders. That's crazy. I'm just in awe. Can I get this in focus? I'm sorry. I need to share this better with you guys. Focus. Man, if you kind of look at it this way, because it's out of focus, it looks like a freaking scary Halloween character or whatever. But look at that. Look at that face, guys. Holy crap. Now that's a scary Megatron. Now this is a Megatron that's like, oh, come on, come on. Focus. Is he not focusing? See, this is where that ankle tilt comes in like super handy, right? Oh, 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 almost got it. Is like, this is a Megatron. Look at, I'm just gonna let you relish in that for a second. This is a Megatron where he comes flying in. He's like, Coronation Starscream, this is bad comedy. Megatron, is that you? Here's a head. And like just obliterate Starscream. This is the Megatron I want to do that. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing it because it's so cool looking. Oh man, and this will be immortalized forever on my channel. That's fine. I'm so happy, guys. I'm just so crazy. I think there's like another figure I did that too, but seriously, like this is the Megatron I've wanted for forever. I mean, I can't fathom that we've gotten this Megatron now, right? I'm in shock. And he doesn't have a Titan Master. Isn't that fantastic? What does he need a Titan Master for? Megatron. That was my other problem with the Titans Return Galvatron. Is like, first of all, Galvatron or Megatron would never allow any kind of fleshling or small robot to enter his head. It's just in such awe. It's so crazy. Now, I knew this going in, but he does not have blast effects capability. So that sucks, right? That really, really sucks. But he was at a time where blast effects weren't readily used. So I'm sure there will be some kind of section or something that maybe you could make a 3D print, like a little slot in here. And then that way it has like a little pinhole out, and then you can kind of attach it to it. But seriously, like, otherwise it's your imagination. This is so incredible. I can't believe this. He's really easy to transform, although I didn't transform him all the way right. Maybe that's why he was easy, right? There, do that. There we go. This is my Megatron. This is my Megatron, right? I hate that they gave him freaking hollow forearms, damn it. It's like they're doing it on purpose. They're trolling me. That's what Hasbro's doing. They're trolling me. So, because like on this one, on mine, and I love how he's taller, right? He should be taller. He shouldn't be the same height. He's a Super Megatron. But in this one, I have the MP Lambor, which it would be Sideswipe, but the MP Lambor heads or head or blah, 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 hands and fingers from KFC. So if we really want to compare these two Megatrons, we're gonna, yep, they both have hollow forearms. Welcome to the hollow forearms, Super Megatron. I'm glad to be here, Megatron. So I don't know why they want to be in the Hollow Forearms Club, but Soundwave's there too, but he doesn't admit to it, right? And then I pledge. Can't even do it. I'm laughing already. Yeah, it is such an exciting figure, like, and I'm totally stoked for it. It's really awesome. But it's just like Shockwave's like, I don't know which one to salute to. Okay, all hail Lord Megatron and Lord Super Megatron. All hail. Oh yes, everyone. I'm gonna go back to my lab. If you need me, I'll be there. I'll be working on a virus in my vault. Yes, that's what I'll be working on. This is the year 2019, so I shouldn't have said that. Oh no, I gotta go. So anyway, hey, we gotta have some fun, right? But yeah, super crazy with having a Super Megatron. That I'm just so excited, guys. I just can't believe this. See, this is now I understand, Larkin, like why like you were cutting back and forth on your review, because you were probably just as excited as I was, and you're like, okay, I can't I can't keep recording all the gushing on this, right? Larkin. Oh man, it's just, the head is just crazy. Now, I think for me, I don't know if you guys can see that well enough. There we go. Oh, there it is. Whoa. Oh, yeah, now it focuses like super close. But he definitely has his mouth closed. He does not look like a happy Megatron. He is very upset. He is like, you know what defeated me? And this is a spoiler for you guys in Headmasters. Yeah, I became long-winded, dude. This is my live shows every time, right, Larkin? Kato, don't salute the crappy one. Anyway, but this Super Megatron though, like, he is not happy. You know how Galvatron was defeated? He was defeated by the Ring of Friendship by the Autobot Headmasters. And so he comes out of there by Vollen-Jigger bringing him back. Or was it Vollen-Jigger? Now I'm confused. Wait, who was it that did it? No, Dark Nova. Oh, I'm getting those both confused. Vollen-Jigger is in Zone, and Dark Nova is in Battlestars, Return of Convoy. So, anyway. Yeah, Zeta's like giving ninja vibes. Oh, for sure. For sure. And this is what the animated Megatron, Transformers animated, was based off of, was this Megatron too. So, but yeah, it's just this little symbol on here. I'm so tempted because I'll have a couple more of these Megatrons coming. I'm gonna probably take that off. But I like that you can flip his head around. Let's see, let's do. Yeah, how do I? Oh, do I gotta take that off first? I don't know. But you can flip his head around because he'll eventually. I think he ends up not wanting to work with Dark Nova or something, or Dark Nova possesses Megatron or something. I'm not sure. How is this working? try this. Ooh, that's in there. That's in there real tight. I don't want to scratch that paint. Whoops. Look at this. First time, folks. Okay, let's bring this down here. Yeah, it's in there a little tighter than I'd like, which is fine because this will probably be the first time you'll ever see. First time and the last time I'll do it to this figure. So just be careful when if you're using something metal like that, like tweezers. Don't just be careful. And I think does he still keep this? Yeah, he still keeps that on there. So the other one didn't have a pin, did it? Wait, now I'm confused. Which one did I have? This was Super Megatron, and then this one is Ultra Megatron. And then what happens up here? Does something happen up here? Oh, I think a part. Doesn't a part come off of here? I think a part comes off of here. I forget. I don't want to break anything. Something comes off of here. I think. Or does the cannon come apart? Oh yeah. The cannon comes apart, and then something happens here. I don't know. Does this come off of here, Larkin? Yeah, there's a 3-barreled cannon in there. Yeah, the face looks like the head of the last night Max. Oh, 100%. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that's where it came from. Was this Dark Nova? Because I think I've not seen the Last Night. Does Unicron possess? There it goes. Now it's coming apart. Does Unicron? So if you get Super Megatron, you gotta pull from here, and that gets this part here. But now I'm kind of confused. There we go. Yeah. Kind of do this. There we go. Whew. Okay, that's a little much. And then those. Wait, this still doesn't look right. Oh, do I got to do it this way? I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at. I never really looked at Ultra Megatron all that much. This doesn't look right. I'm doing something wrong. I thought this came off of here, like the little 3-barreled cannon. Oh, who knows? Larkin knows. That's who knows. Anyway, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, doesn't Unicron possess Megatron or Galvatron or whatever in the Last Night? Oh no! Focus. Try to get it to focus. There we go. Oh. Oh no! Why did it do that? Trying to get it to work. See, I don't know. See, this is why I would like manual focus. I've never seen that film too. Yeah, The Last Night. I don't think a lot of people went to go see The Last Night, right? What if I get it real close? If I get real close, will it focus? Focus, director. Oh yeah. I am Ultra Megatron. Oh, that's really big focus. This is my spotlight. This is what my agent Shockwave was supposed to get me. Nice FaceTime in front of the camera. Yes. And unfortunately, you can see a massive pin on my chest. That's also another reason why I'll probably never be in this mode for very long. Need to get Great Shot. Was Great Shot in Return of Convoy? Man, it's a beautiful figure. Yeah, why does the focus on this camera work really good, really up front? Looks really good, really far away. But you try to get this mid-ground, and it's like, I don't really want to focus. So, I don't know. My gosh, I could just play with this figure like all day long, just posing him and just making him look evil and upset. You know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to take off Megatron's cannon. And his hand, apparently. Let's see here. This is the Deep Space Arsenal cannon. I wish he was still in business so people could get this, because the fusion cannon, the little stuff in the back, like all that's like super, super cool. Yeah, I can't. There we go. All right. Oh crap! This cannon won't fit on here. Huh. Oh, well, you know what? It'll fit in the hand. Maybe. There we go. Oh, probably won't work. Yeah, there it goes. It works. Kind of. Just yeah, because he needs more weapons, right? He's already got missile pods on his shoulders, a three-barreled cannon, a fusion cannon on the back. Yeah, let's give him some more weapons. That's what a Megatron always needs, right? Um, yeah, I'm just super super stoked for this figure. It's super incredible to have him. All right, Adamantium Matrix. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here. I'm sorry, I'm gushing all over this thing because it's so cool to have. Um, Never in a million years would I ever thought I have this. So what's cool about that, and for you people that have stayed, I'll let you in a little secret. I already have some scenes for Megatron's reformatting that I was supposed to do an animation that was supposed to advertise the Unicron, the HasLab Unicron, but then they extended it and then it got funded. So I almost had it all done. I just had to add the effects. It took me forever to find the music without, or actually find the audio without the music track behind it, because the music track will get you a copyright, not strike, but like a copyright notice from from YouTube. So because Sony owns all those records, so if it was Hasbro owning it, that's why the G1 music is okay to use. But the Hasbro doesn't come down on that, but they do. But Sony owns the soundtrack, and so they do come down on people using it on YouTube. So anyway, but I already have a reformatted scene with the Siege Megatron because he was all beat up, right? And but I didn't have the hands, those fingers at the time, those KFC fingers. But in this case on here, I have most of that all shot. I just have to add the red flickering was and some extra little bits of panning and whatnot. So that's what I have of that, and I want to be able to integrate that and then add in like your new body and then have like Super Megatron. So for you that have stayed, you see this little last bit of the live stream. You get a little secret there of future stop motion animation. But I should have made that HasLab one. I should have posted it. I don't know if you guys notice sometimes, but like I I do get kind of nervous about doing these live streams. I get nervous about putting out reviews and content. It's different when it's stop motion, but because it's not all me talking, it's not all me presenting like whatever I'm doing. But like I talk about, like it takes a lot of courage. Kato says it's ego, and yes, you can get your ego stroked for sure, but mine is it. You guys are brave putting yourself out there on the internet and things like that. That's really, really what I see as a brave thing to do. And it's not always that for people. So, if you met me in person, totally different. I'm center of attention, like I'll make myself known. But when it comes to online stuff, it's like, man, there's like a massive audience that could see that. And then my videos get like 100 views, right? And I'm like, oh my God, that's 100 people. Like that's scary to me. But because it's you guys, right? It's okay. It's not scary. But yeah, I totally should have put that animation out a long time ago. But it's a courage thing, but I would say that for Super Megatron, like I could just sit here and just talk and gush and everything, and just it would end up wasting everybody's time. But it's just so cool to have gotten something like this this day. So highly recommend Super Megatron, if I haven't made that very clear. But yeah, how does this work again? Oh, does this collapse down or something? What is that supposed to collapse down like? Now I'm confused. Yeah, I think that's for the tank mode. I think it collapses down, right, Larkin? He's got missile launchers back here. These are Robotech missile launchers, by the way, or Macross with the little notches in them. What in the world? I didn't even. Does these have them too? These do too. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Look at that. Look at those little notches there. That's Robotech reflex weaponry. That's a great idea for a crossover. This Super Megatron gets technology from, I don't know, Zentradi or from a, whoever, and ends up using the Robotech reflex weaponry. That would now see. That's why Robotech and Transformers, they need to get together. and end this Harmony Gold, Jetfire, Skyfire, Fast Pack stuff. Just end it once and for all. Anyway, again, I really appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you, Larkin, for staying and listening. Thank you, Zeta. Thank you, Adamantium Matrix and Kato's Collection and Input, and who else we got in here? Masterfar, and we got Cat in the Top Hat Productions. Let's see here. Yeah, sorry, Cat, I didn't see that, but yeah, Larkin answered it. But yeah, G2 was just G1 with the CGI intro and outro, and scene changes that were CGI as well. And I'm trying to go back as much as I can, but I can't. So anyway, really appreciate everybody coming all in. Again, fantastic toy. Definitely got to get it. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in. This is Crimson Raptors, and I don't even think I introduced myself when I first came in. Whoops. You know who I am. That's why you're here. But thank you for coming in the Raptors Nest, and you guys have a great day. And this is Megatron, the voice of doom, or now the face of doom. Actually, he should sound more like this. This is Megatron, the voice of doom, the face of doom. I'm coming for you, Prime. Do 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 do.